So we're at the Unifrance 10 Talents to Watch thing, and as I was saying to you, is that I feel it's a little bit bizarre because I feel as if now is a great moment to speak to you, do like a career retrospective in a way. You've been acting for a decade, and as early as Demo, we get a sense that there was something interesting in what you put on screen. So congratulations on sort of like the moments that you're having right now.
Thank you.
My first question to you is, I started seeing you being attached to these small little projects, a little Lesage Hitman here, Charlie McDowell with the series that she did, a little horror film with Patrick Bryce. I started thinking about your career, and you really do belong to three ecosystems. You have American Indian in your background, you have Quebecois cinema in your background, but now you're merging more into Euro cinema and French filmmakers. I wanted to get a sense of how do you feel when you go on three different type of plateau sets, sort of like the rapport they have with the behind the lines people. Like, do you get a sense that you belong or participate to three different ecosystems?
I do, and I really enjoy it. But just already in itself, each set is so different, even just within Quebec or within the United States or within France, because it's all kind of so dependent on the project, dependent on the people at the head of the project, the director.
The scope and size as well.
Yeah, of course. And so it's hard to kind of pinpoint cultural differences that are encapsulating all of the three worlds differently. But they certainly are different, and I love that I get to do that.
But you're truly ping-ponging a bit everywhere. It's fun to see, like, in a couple of weeks from now, you're back in Quebec.
Yeah.
In a couple of months from now, in August, you're maybe in Venice with two projects, possibly. How do you go about selecting the projects? Is it a curiosity in the filmmaker itself? Because you do help out a lot of emerging filmmakers, Lurker for one, Nino as another example. You seem to pivot between wanting to work with people that are just starting off and then established veterans like Tom Ford, let's say.
Well, I wouldn't say that I'm helping these movies. I think I love the writing of these films. The Nino and Lurker were extraordinary scripts
on the page. Yeah.
Yeah, and great teams, and clearly brilliant directors. Even though they were first-time directors, so it never felt like, okay, I'm gonna be generous. It felt like something that I was so lucky and happy to get and be a part of. And same with Carla. I mean, this. I guess this is that's what makes me happy about being able to navigate. It's that I can kind of try and choose the things that I love most, and because the pool of projects is bigger, then I get to, there's more opportunity to really fall in love with something, because it's rare. Great writing is rare. Great projects don't happen all the time, and so I think it's kind of giving myself as many opportunities as possible to do things that I really want to do.
That's cool. So this week, for the past week, you've been immersed with national cinemas, with Dupuis Voices, because you're one of the jury members at Critics Week.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get a sense of, do you feel a certain responsibility when you're actively watching films, knowing that, there's prizing later today, and these awards, these acknowledgements?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm watching the movie. What I'm trying to make sure of is that I kind of give every film or watch every film with the same, availability. I can't be kind of down one day and not really care about watching movies. I have to be fully there. So that's kind of but then I have to listen to how I'm responding to the film and the filmmaking and the writing and the execution of it. So yeah, there's a sense of responsibility, but also I'm just trying to really be honest with how I feel in response to the film. So it's not incredibly stressful because it's beautiful films and they're very, it's great to
Critics
watch
Week
them.
this year is
It's amazing.
off the charts.
Yeah, it's an amazing section.
Did you, behind the scenes of a process, did you guys actively talk about the films as you were leaving the films, or was this more an internal thing and then you came together and you put all the cards on the table? And
Yeah, we had kind of scheduled timelines or sessions of discussion. We wouldn't really talk about films outside of those sessions because we don't want people to hear, and also we have to kind of let things settle a little bit. It's hard to talk about a film right after it. It's better to kind of wait a day and then discuss it.
So this is my career retrospective interview with you.
Okay.
I'm always curious about filmmakers that return to safe spaces or welcome creative safe spaces. Sophie Dupuis, Philippe Lesage. There's a trust factor there. There's also a shorthand. How does it feel to sort of like distance yourself from a filmmaker as they're in their creative headspace, move towards 10, 12 projects, and then go back into that beehive and to work again with people that you've built a shorthand, a creative rapport with?
Well, it doesn't feel like taking distance. It just feels like life, and then we go back and work together again. But Sophie, I mean, it was quite. We did 3 movies together, and I guess it was like every 2 years for like a while. Chien de Garde, I was 19, Souterrain was 22, and Solo I was 24. And so it was kind of a constant exchange of the next thing, right, for a while, because we started working on Chien de Garde when I was 18, so really for 6 years we were in constant dialogue, or even more, because then the movies were released, and so it never really felt like distance. And we're also friends in life, and it's the same with Philippe. Philippe, it was a bit different because I auditioned again for Genesis because it was just a small part in Les Démons. And Les Démons was, I think, my first film. I'm not sure if it's Endorphine or Les Démons, but anyway. And now it's a different process because now I'm kind of also, discussing the script with him much more in advance, and it's a different relationship that we have today. But I love working with people more than once. I think it's great. I think it makes me a better actor, and I love exploring different characters with the same director, and knowing how, having a dialogue already established and how do you say, a feeling of trust. It's so important for acting and filmmaking.
Just looking at your IMDb page, we're talking about upwards of 20 different characters. I'm always curious as to, actors, they pack their bags, they put these characters in boxes and then they push them aside. But I was wondering if there's ever if you ever thought about some of these characters like the prequel, the sequel in your head, I wonder what happened to the kid in Genese.
Sometimes I do, yeah. Sometimes it's more like 45 characters though, but
for sure.
But sometimes I do for the ones not like 5 years after, but when I'm shooting it, or sometimes it's part of the work on the character. For me it was very, Chien de Garde, I remember, was the first time that I was very clear kind of who he would become after.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't want to know.
Yeah.
And I don't really think about them in that way once the movie is done. But sometimes for preparation, it's part of the process. Yeah.
Referring back to your works, I was at Sundance when I discovered Lurker. Genese I think it was selected for Locarno, and I discovered it. I want to say Toronto, but I don't remember the context. But do you approach, or do you think about acting differently when you're the lead or a supporting character? Do you feel a different sense of responsibility? Do you feel as if You have, you know, your utility belt, your Batman belt, that you have special superpowers, if you want to call it that, regardless of the size or the vastness of a role.
There's more responsibility when you're the lead.
Obviously.
And especially if your character is kind of like there in every scene, like Lurker or Nino or Solo. Solo was the first time that I was really experiencing that, and it was stressful because it can make you worried of being boring a little bit. The character every second has to be filled in, and you never kind of like miss the character because he's always there. And also, most importantly, the character is deeply intertwined with the whole movie itself. It's kind of indissociable. And so understanding the movie as a whole and its full themes and the full underbelly of the film is very important to be able to really be the film. So it's different than, you know, in Shengal when I would just come in like here and there as like second lead and be kind of a tornado. You can't be that really as a lead. It's a different type of pace. It's a different type of introspection and access to the character as well. So it depends on the script, of course, but yeah, there's a responsibility that's different. Yeah,
it's a lot of fun as a cinephile geek to see somebody really take the horns, take these films, these roles by the horns. So yeah, just happy continuation.
Thank you so much.
And,
Thank you.
I hope to see you in Venice with a couple of title roles.
Yeah.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci à toi, c'est vraiment gentil.
Hey, this is Eric from IONCINEMA.com. If you want to support us, subscribe below. For more reviews, interviews, film festival coverage from Sundance, Cannes, Toronto, you want to check out these guys on this side.